The continuing adventures of Bam Trindoh. Bam Trindoh, BOTHAN Investigator for the Rebel Alliance, finds himself trapped on Tatooine with a top-secret Imperial technology and no way to get it back home. Bam finds himself at the front door of the local crime lord, RUMDO the Hutt. Will he be able to negotiate with a slippery slug, or will Bam once again find himself in deep hoodoo?
Oh, Master RUMDO will not like this very much. Can I get your name, please?
Trimbando.
Twiga gives you this look like, really, Trimbando?
I show him the press details and I'm like, it's not that far off, dude.
What, is this like is that a Bothan thing?
Trimbando.
So, he shuffles off. He shuffles back a couple minutes later.
I'm sorry, but Master RUMDO does not know who you are and is not willing to speak with you today.
I'm going to, go back and say, alright, that's fair. So I guess we just tell Hot Flash to throw the race then? Is that fair? That's fair, I guess, we're his management team, so I guess that's what we just tell him to throw the race and RUMDO loses all that money. And so we start to turn around and walk away.
Go ahead and roll deception at 2.
Okay. A success, an advantage, and a triumph.
Ooh. Alright, so he completely believes that RUMDO must have bets on this situation, even though he doesn't know for sure. What's your triumph?
My triumph is we are walking by. We're walking up. I would like Tweeka to be seen by Mirka.
Uh-huh.
And to that briefest flash of maybe he doesn't cover his garb quite right, and the briefest flash of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so for Mirka to see the rebel gear for the briefest of second.
It's that Lando Calrissian moment in Return of the Jedi where he lowers that
pulls
thing.
down and he shows his mustache.
Yeah. It's me, Lando. You can tell by the mustache.
Yeah. So we have a Lando mustache moment.
All right. Perfect. You are brought immediately to RUMDO the Hutt. He's small for a Hutt, and he surprisingly has his own blaster. It looks like it was once a rifle, but it's been reconfigured to be a pistol shape for his massive Hutt filthy hands. And he is in the middle of finishing a holo call with what looks to be a very terrified looking Biff, who shrinks away at the hologram, and then the holo projection shuts off. RUMDO turns, picks up looks like a bottle of wine, tries to drink it, realizes there's nothing left in it. He throws it across the room and it shatters over your shoulder against the wall.
Well, that's no way to greet a guest.
Who are you and what are you doing in my lair?
I represent a racer in the Boonta Eve Classic. Hot Flash, I suspect you've heard of them.
He picks up another tray from the ground and throws that across the room.
Why do you come here from Hot Flash? I've been trying to find out who he is for months.
Well, suffice it to say, I can give you Hot Flash. I'm new on Hot Flash's management team. Their PR team, basically. I can give you Hot Flash, and you can bet on them all you want. They'll be yours to play with. But I need something from you.
This seems to calm him down as you appeal to his Hutt sense of bargaining. And he settles down into his massive throne. And he looks at you and says,
Do you want some entertainment while we deal?
I suppose. Nothing wrong with a little fun and games.
He makes a motion with his head, and several dancing girls are brought out from various species, and they're dancing around you. It's kind of stupid, because it's like in between you and him, and it's kind of actually making it harder to conduct the business.
Alright, this is, fine, I guess. Not my preferred gender, but I'll deal, that's fine. So what do you... I need something from you in exchange for the information that I have.
Name your price.
You have a group of Jawas working for you, a pit crew. I need their contract. I'm looking to expand my pod race business, and they would be a prime place to start.
Itzy wants to leave?
Yes.
Ha,
Itzy wants new management.
I don't want to let them go. They fixed everything in this palace.
And I sit quietly for a moment. Okay, that's fine. I tried. Then good day. I guess you'll never know.
He just
I stand up.
brushes you off. Like, he is not that interested in Hot Flash, apparently. And he goes back to his dancing girls.
I really thought that was gonna work. I sit back down. You called my bluff. I appreciate that. I respect it. And I respect you.
If you want to call for a roll at any time, you feel free. Like, if you want to try to push this one way or the other.
I'm gonna call for a deception roll.
Okay.
Essentially, playing off of the idea that I know anything, which I do not. I'm gonna try and see what he wants, and then just pretend I have it.
Okay. That sounds beautiful. Go ahead and roll it. It's gonna be pretty tricky. Okay, I've got some bad news for you, buddy. It's against 4 red.
Oh, this is not gonna go well at all. Never mind, 2 successes, 2
Are you
threats,
kidding
and a
me?
triumph.
Are
And
you
a
kidding
triumph.
me? Oh my gosh. Okay.
I think I know what I want the triumph to be.
All right. Let's hear it.
I think I understand what makes this a success.
Okay, go for it.
I think it starts to go south because it's a hut, and it has to because the odds are not in my favor. And I think Mirka, having seen Tweeka's rebel gear, starts bringing out booze.
Okay.
Or, like, booze comes out, and it makes the negotiation much easier.
Yeah, so what happens is you see that actually the dancers more of them show up. And they start to rotate in and out. And you can see from the back, Mirka seems to be the one in charge of the dancers.
Right.
And so she's giving them bottles and trying to make things flow, like, as you say, liquor him up a bit. He's a hut, so it's going to take quite a bit. But it's starting to have an effect initially. And so what do you do after this starts happening?
I am cracking jokes. I am being casual. We are chatting. We are building a friendship. And I'm like, listen, Rumdo, friend. Can I call you friend? I'm going to call you friend.
I think you can call me friend by now.
What's it going to take to get Itzy's contract? You know that I'm a young guy. I'm hungry, and that pit crew's gonna really take my podcast business to the next level. What's it gonna take?
Your pod race business.
Yeah, I'm looking to. I figure that's my in because I know pod racing.
Oh, I really empathize with you. I know what it's like to be at the bottom and trying to prove yourself. It's never good enough. Do you know what my uncles want me to do?
Tell me right now.
They want me to get control of the Imperial Commander of this city. How am I supposed to do that? I tried to blackmail him, but I can't get anything on this guy. And now he's bringing in more stormtroopers into the city, and my uncles are just like, oh, Rumdo, you can't even keep the Imperials out. What's wrong with you? Why are you such a runt? Why are you so stupid? I can't do it.
You want control of an Imperial commander? I mean, that would be pretty great.
I want information. I need to blackmail him.
I could probably get you some information on an Imperial commander if you want to get information from an Imperial commander.
No,
that's all it takes.
You're a pod race guy.
I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler.
If you could
do that, I would give you anything. Anything.
I can make that happen. You do that, you give me Itzy's contract, we call it a deal, we are friends for life.
Okay, you do that. Make sure it doesn't get back to me.
No, never.
and then he starts to puke.
Fabulous. We make our way out.
Okay, so you make your way out of the palace as fast as you can.
As fast as we can.
Tweeka is outside kind of rubbing his boots. I think I got some of that hut vomit on me. Gross.
I think we all got hut vomit on us.
Ugh.
Okay, well, so we now have our final objective in this daisy chain of things. Update on where we're at. We get some blackmail on an Imperial commander. This will serve 2 purposes later. We get the blackmail, we give that to Rumdo. Rumdo gives us Itzy's contract, we give We give ITZY their contract back. They give us a ship. We go to Imperial Command. We give them also the blackmail. We win double.
Is this your entire life just following random leads until you kind of put it all together?
It's gone pretty well so far.
I feel like that's what happened last time with us, and last time we all almost died.
Operative word? Almost.
Okay. So where do you want Tweeka to go? Do you want to send him back? You want to keep him around?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep him around because this might get hot.
Okay.
And I'm going to I guess hang around. Where could I hang around to pick up some blackmail on this officer? I guess around where the Imperials are stationed.
You could try that. Well, why don't you roll a streetwise and see how this goes for you?
I'm gonna roll streetwise.
This is gonna be against 3 purple because Imperials don't like aliens. Okay. And they don't like Tatooine, and they don't want to be here. And so it's going to be a little trickier to be just, sidle up and be friends.
Well, I'm going to flip this light side to turn my 1 green into a yellow.
All right. So streetwise against 3 purple.
Wash but a triumph.
Oh, okay. How does that work? It's my favorite roll, and it's also the hardest one to do every time. Okay.
I got this exact roll last time, and we had this discussion.
You did. I feel like it's my favorite roll, but I can never figure out how to do it. Okay, you do not find where the Imperials like to hang out. But
could I physically run into the officer?
Why not?
That feels like a triumph.
So you're leaving Rumdo's place, and you're walking around. You're like, I wonder how am I gonna talk to Imperials? How's that gonna work? And you see a pair of stormtroopers walking out, and you're like, oh, I'll just start with those guys. And as you turn the corner, that pair of stormtroopers turns into be about 10 stormtroopers. And there's a well-dressed Imperial officer standing in the middle of them, and he looks at you and says, You just left Rumdo's place, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Come with us immediately.
Okay. I scamper. I follow behind. Levon and Tweeka keep a very safe distance, but I guess they're going to try to follow behind, I guess.
All right. Roll Levon's stealth against 2, and he can have a blue.
Okay. Straight wash.
Okay. So they try to keep a low profile, but the troopers spot them and say, Hey, you guys, with him. Let's move it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sorry. People get iffy around droids, especially security droids. Figured it was probably best to keep a distance, but yeah, you guys should come with me. Let's go. Mm-hmm.
Bam sees that Tweeka might reach for his guns.
Hey, buddy, why don't you go back to the ship? I think that we need, go back to the ship, get a hold of management, tell them that the story's gonna be a little late, okay?
Roll. I guess you're trying to sort of give him a secret message, and you're trying to trick the Imperials.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll. Okay, roll your deception, which is what again?
2 yellow and a green.
Okay, against 2 reds and a purple.
Oh, that's a bad roll. That's not the roll that I wanted. That's a failure, 2 advantages, and a despair.
Oh boy. Okay. Tweeka just pulls his guns and yells for the Alliance.
Today's gone not great.
What advantages do you want before the firefight between these guys break out?
Alright, yeah, I want the advantages to be that I am between Tweeka and the officer.
Okay.
And the other advantage to be, Levon has time to pull out his gun and, get ready to open fire as well.
Okay, well, let me tell you this. I don't think this is going to be an initiative combat sequence. I think you're just straight outnumbered. Yeah,
then the advantage is that Levon picks up on that and doesn't pull his gun and just puts his hands up.
I don't know how to fairly do this. Roll me a force die.
Alright, dark side.
You watch as Tweeka is summarily shot to death
Alright.
by the stormtroopers. The 2 stormtroopers grab you by the arms. The Imperial officer says, Did you know he was an Alliance spy?
You think you know a guy, no.
He looks back and forth, sees that he's made quite a commotion in the streets. Lots of people are looking around. Two stormtroopers are picking up Tweeka's body and dragging him away. He says, "We need to get out of the open air. Follow me."
Fair enough.
They drag you into an abandoned house. They shove you into a chair in the center. They take the blasters away from Levon and from you, unless you want to try to roll like a skullduggery or something to hide it. I don't think Levon can because the gun's too big.
No,
but you have
no
a holdout, so...
I'll try for the skullduggery.
Alright, go for it. So you do skullduggery with a blue because holdouts give you a bonus for hiding.
Okay.
It's against their perception, which is only 2 purple.
Okay. Straight wash. So they're going to take that gun.
Yeah, they take that gun too.
And I'm going to give them the Han Solo shrug of like, yeah, it was worth a shot.
The Imperial officer stands in front of you. "My name is Captain Hadovik.
Pleasure to meet you, Trim Bando. Reporter.
Do you work for Rumdo the Hutt?"
No, in fact, I'm trying to con him.
What do you know about his operation?
I know that he has a job, one of the some pit crews in the pod race under his thumb. He is looking to bet money on pod races, and that's pretty much. And he wants to blackmail you.
Yes, I'm well aware of that final fact. In fact, I'm trying to get the upper hand on him. Have you been in system very long?
No, not at all. About a day.
Good. I'm going to give you an offer.
Okay.
15,000 credits for information that I can use to put Rumdo under my complete influence.
Okay. I could tell you that he is feeling familial pressure from his
Everyone
uncles.
knows that.
I'm telling you what I know, buddy. I can work with that. We can work with that.
Look, I don't expect you to have the information now. I simply wish for you to obtain it as quickly as possible.
I'm pretty good at that sort of thing. I can make that happen.
Good. Then should you acquire the information, bring it to the Imperial Command Post.
Can do.
And he looks over his shoulder to where Tweeka died. Try to pick better friends.
I certainly will.
They shove your blaster back to you. They keep Levon's blaster.
Sure.
And they all walk out.
So that didn't go well. You don't have any idea what you're doing right now, do you? Not a clue. So they're playing. We have to figure out a way to play both sides against each other. And honestly, the best way to do that is to play the X Factor, which is Hot Flash. If I convince both sides that the other side has invested in Hot Flash, then both sides will go for Hot Flash. Then that'll drive them to... I think that'll work. Hot Flash is an unknown entity. They're a rogue operator. They're a rogue one. That'll work. Yes. That'll work quite nicely.
Do you think they give us a cut of advertising if we...
I certainly hope so.
Hey, Disney, if you want to give us a little, on the side, just let
I'll take it. I'm not. I have very low standards. Not a proud man.
All right, so where are you headed?
I'm gonna head back to Rumdo's.
Okay.
I guess I'm gonna lay low for a bit, hit up a bar, try to drink off my nerves.
Sure.
Then head to Rumdo's with information that the Empire is interested in enlisting Hot Flash to essentially control the market and eventually disenfranchise the pod race industry.
Okay. Now knowing that the roll for deception, you got insanely lucky the last time.
Insanely lucky.
Do you want to try to build up some documents or some kind of proof?
Yes. I've got the data. I've got Trim Bando's data pad. Right. So the best thing to do is to forge some fake interview documents.
Okay.
Put that stuff together on there is going to be the best thing. That way I have that.
Okay. So let's try for computers.
All right.
And I'm going to have to say this is probably a 3 difficulty.
Okay. 2 failures and 2 advantages.
All right. You're not a writer. You don't know how to do this.
Yeah, I'm sitting there at the thing for a while and been like, this isn't going to work.
The advantage is the thought comes to you that maybe if you went back to the Jawas, maybe you could get Hot Flash to play along.
That's smart. Yeah, I'm gonna do exactly that. And I think the other advantage is that maybe they're amenable to this idea once I lay out everything that's happened.
Okay. You try to go back to the pod area. It's now evening, and so there are no more pod racers doing any work at the track. You find where Itzy and their sandcrawler are, which is parked nearby Rumdo's palace, so you don't have to go very far. You walk up to the camp. They screech at you. You kind of wave around with your arms, trying to get them to figure out what the heck's going on, until finally the Jawa with the droid on a stick starts walking out to you. How does Levon feel about this droid on a stick?
I think he is over it. I think he's like, what? Jawas are weird. I don't like them, but this is... I got a job to do. I'm gonna do it to the best of my ability.
So Itzy holds up the stick and says,
Did you get our contract back?
Not quite, but I've got an idea. Kind of working a play both sides angle. Hear me out. The Empire is trying to shut down Rumdo's operation. Rumdo is trying to get blackmail on the Empire. Both sides want blackmail on the other. So what I'm thinking, hear me out. We convince both of them that Hot Flash is in negotiations with the other side. That way they both make a move on them. They both see that they both make a move. Both of them see the other person making a move. They go after each other. It gets hot. All of our problems are taken care of.
You can see this makes Itzy extremely uncomfortable.
It doesn't have to be Hot Flash. I just figured Hot Flash is an unknown agent.
You have done us a great honor by trying to work so hard.
You roll something to try to ease their fears here.
I'm gonna roll Charm.
Okay.
3 green.
It's 2 purple. I'll give you a blue because your plan's pretty bold, but a black because it terrifies them.
Alright. Failure with 2 threats.
We cannot help you with this. We don't know who Hot Flash is. He doesn't exist. He's dead. Bye.
Alright, well.
Something's not adding up here.
It's not working. Well, now I got no idea what to do. Could just kill the Jawas. That's probably not the best option.
You can go poke around there, try to sneak around. We can sneak around any of these places, actually.
I'm going to, I wish I had a way to contact Mirka, because that would be the best option.
Well, you're not far, so you could go back to the palace if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I'm going to do that, and then try to, sneak around, talk to Mirka, see if she has any information we can give to the Empire.
Yeah, it's absolutely not difficult to get a hold of Mirka, because one of the dancing girls has been posted to watch out for you coming back, basically.
Okay. Yeah, so I head back.
Yeah, she's been waiting for you to come back, and so this is easy. You're kind of swept away through the back tunnels of the palace and down into where the dancers currently live. Mirka is an older Twi'lek woman, probably her late 40s, early 50s, and she's sitting in the back of the office. They close the door behind you as you sit down. Can I get your authentication code, please?
I give it over, yeah. Bam Trindoh, Bothan spy. It's been a bad day. It's not been my best day.
She taps something into a data pad, which you know is an authenticator. She nods. How can I help you, Mr. Trindoh?
Here's the situation. Rumdo wants blackmail on Hadovik. Hadovik wants blackmail on Rumdo. I do not know how to play both sides against each other, but that seems like an easy thing to do. Is give both sides just enough that they think they have one up on the other. I figure you might have something that might help me out with this.
She nods very sagely. I can definitely help you with this, but there is going to be a price, I'm afraid.
Okay, that's what's the price?
I want out of this position. I've been in this position for 5 years. I think I've gotten all the information I can from the huts. But the girls outside, they cannot live like this anymore. I want all of them off planet.
If we pull this off, we'll have a ship. We can bring them all on board.
Okay. Very well. Then I can help you.
All right.
As far as Rumdo is concerned, there is a lot of illegal activity, but I'm sure Hadovik knows that. What you want is a piece of information that would upset his elders, his uncles.
Yes.
If you could get that information to Hedvig, then Rumdo would be under his control. The best way to do that would be to get access to the accounting information. I'm sure Rumdo is hiding money or stealing something that the uncles would be upset about.
What would be the best way to do that?
The accounting level is up the 6th level. It'd be difficult, but not impossible.
Okay, we can make that happen. And we do that.
As for Hedvig, well, I do not know much about him, but I know he has been disgraced from the Empire. He was much higher ranked before, and he has been placed on this planet as a punishment.
Interesting. So we find out what he was. We found out what he did. That's good blackmail. Okay, we can make that happen. All right, great. Thank you. And as soon as we get our ship, we'll be there. I give you my word. We will get you and your girls off planet.
Do you need help getting to the 6th level of Rumdo's palace?
Yes, that would be tremendous.
What size are you?
Boston sized. Boston adult large.
We cut to a scene where the girls are trying to hide you as a dancing girl.
I'm very natural in this.
What beautiful frilly things is Bam putting on?
Bam looks fabulous. I'm thinking a little bit like, I'm thinking kind of Jasmine from Aladdin.
Okay.
With the veil, but like it's a very long veil because it's a Bothan, so he's got kind of the goat face, so it goes all the way down and around.
Okay. Go ahead and roll deception.
All right.
At 2 with a black.
I believe I get to remove a black.
Oh, very good.
I sure do. So 2. That is a failure with 3 advantages.
Okay, you think you look fabulous, but anybody looking really closely at you, or looking directly at you, is going to tell very quickly that you're not a dancing girl. But you have 3 advantages to play with, so.
My advantages are, I'm going to say it is fairly late, so everyone's a little drunk.
Okay, beautiful.
It is crowded because it's late and everyone's drinking.
Mm-hmm.
And whether or not I look convincing, I look very nice. I'm using this advantage to feel good about myself. Whether or not I'm convincing is separate from how I look. I look fabulous.
Great. Okay, so yeah, as you say, it's crowded and everyone's drunk. I mean, the Bunta Eve Classic is tomorrow, and so Rumdo's throwing a huge party at his place. It's all girls on deck anyway, so people are just kind of... people are moving up and down the passages, up and down the levels very easily. Roll me either stealth or deception. Against 2, you get a blue.
Alright, 3 successes and a threat.
So you very casually make your way through this party. People are mostly just ignoring you because they're either too drunk or focusing on the dancing girls that are actually dancing and not the ones moving from point to point.
Mm-hmm.
You make it up through the first 4 or 5 levels very easily, but as you get to the 6th, there's a couple of Gamorreans who are clearly not drunk, and then you can see there's also an electronic lock ahead of you.
Putting aside the fact that I'm dressed like a dancing girl, I suppose the best thing to do is what I've been doing and lie through my teeth and say that I'm up here on business. That I'm a business contact looking at some accounting info. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do.
Okay, so roll it against 1 because they're Gamorreans. They're not that bright.
All right, 2 successes and 4 threats, or 4 advantages rather.
Okay,
the opposite of that.
You just start using really big accounting words, and they're like, I don't know, just
whatever.
Go ahead. Don't just stop talking to us.
Great. Do they let me in?
So you have 4 advantages, and you're confronted with this electronic lock. So how do you want these 4 advantages to go?
I would like to,
Well, I will do this. If you spend all 4, you can just... They'll give you 1 key card. If you just say, hey, I lost my key
I think that's
card.
the best thing to do is, like, have one of them open it because I'm up here on business. I'm supposed to be on the floor dancing.
Right,
I need you to let me in so I can get some documentation.
Yeah, you just fast talk him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, sure, whatever." He just pushes the key code, and it opens.
All right.
All right, you walk in. Yeah, and you see it's probably the cleanest, most boring part of the entire palace. It's where the accountants work. It's closed for the evening. Nobody's here. Everything's nice and neat and orderly. And there's a couple of computer terminals.
All right, I'm gonna start digging around for where Rumdo's got money spent. Anywhere that might be useful blackmail.
All right, computers against 3, please.
All right, success and a threat.
Okay, so you very quickly find that there's actually a weird account, and it sticks out to you because it's marked Jawa account. And this Jawa account is apparently for Itzy and his crew, although for most of its existence for the last 5 or 6 years, Itzy and his crew never took any money out of it. In fact, it's only been within the last couple of months that some really large withdrawals came out of there, which you think is odd, but you're not sure what that means. You also realize that the totals of the money going into this account kind of reach... it looks like he's skimming money off the top from slave trading, and he's dumping it into this Jawa account, thinking that nobody's using it, and that if basically stealing money from the other huts.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, that'll do nicely. I'm gonna take that information and duck out. Oh, actually, no. I have one other thing I want to do while I'm here.
Okay.
If I'm on their computer, I would like to dig around, especially since I'm on Rumdo's computer and therefore I have a level of deniability while I do it. I want to dig around on Hadovik.
Ooh, interesting.
See if I can't pull up something on why he was taken out, why he was sent here as a punishment.
Oh, interesting. So you want to try to hack the Imperial system from this system?
Yeah, or even find just like rumor mill stuff, like rumors and things.
All right, give me computers at 4 then.
All right, failure and 2 threats.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen from here. And you see like a lot of like access denied things flashing, and then you hear someone talking outside the door to the Gamorreans.
I'm gonna make my way out.
You open the door and you're confronted with a very large Trandoshan. What are you doing in here?
I was told to get some receipts printed up, you know,
He looks
stuff.
at your hand. Where are the receipts?
All up here, baby. Steel trap.
Who are you? I don't recognize you.
My name is Bim Bam.
Go ahead and roll deception.
What's the difficulty?
You're gonna... let's see here. It's going to be 2 purple. You have a black because of the threats you accumulated from your previous things.
Sure.
And then another black because you don't look convincing as a dancing girl.
Sure. Okay. 1 threat.
He reaches for a vibro axe on his back.
All right. Well, only one thing to do now, and that's drop a mofo.
All right. So go ahead and roll an unopposed either vigilance. Yeah, unopposed vigilance.
All right. 2 advantages.
What's going on? Mine's not working. Can you just roll it again? Tell me what you get.
Sure. 2 successes and advantage. That's not good.
Yeah, he gets to go first. So he's going to use his maneuver to close distance to you, and then he's going to try to hit you with his vibro axe. And that's going to be 2 yellows and a green against 2 purple.
2 successes and an advantage.
6 damage.
All right. That's not great. Okay.
What's your ratio here? 6 out of...
I am at 3 wound left.
Alright. So it just clobbers you straight in the center of your torso.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you?
My name is... And now I'm going to shoot him.
Okay. Go ahead and take a blue for aiming. And then another blue for tricking him. And then...
Okay.
So it's going to be your range light against 1 purple because you're at short range.
Alright. 4 successes and a triumph.
Oh man, okay, so 4 successes, that's 9 damage. So you shoot him up pretty good, not enough to take him down. Your triumph, you can either roll crit, or if you want to do something else, you can.
I want to clear a path. I want to daze him long enough to get away, because I don't want to stay in this fight.
You want to go up or down?
Down. I want to go down, 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 down.
Okay, so how does this look then?
I shoot him. I say, my name is, and I shoot him square in the gut.
Mm-hmm.
He staggers back, and I just, like, football tackle him just to like, duck through. Or just to, like, run, and then I just run past to the elevator.
Okay, so they were, I guess, roll athletics
Okay.
at 2, just to see if you can pull this off.
Success in the threat.
You shove him down hard, and you make this beeline straight for the elevator. The threat being that the Gamorreans look back and forth, and they're like, snorting at you, hey, what are you doing, what's going on? And it's taking you a sec. You hit the button for the lift, and it's not there, and you have to wait for it to show up.
Alright.
So what are you going to do in this, like, I guess 1 turn worth?
I am going to take one last shot at the Trandoshan to see if I can't take him down so that at least I don't have to worry about him. Is that going to be 1 purple or 2?
Well, it's a holdout blaster you have, right?
Yeah.
I guess it has to be 1, because that's the only range you have. Yeah, that's fine. It's 1 purple.
Okay. Failure and 3 advantages.
Okay. You miss him, but your bolts are forcing the Gamorreans to hold their position, and they run into the other room to take cover. And ding! Your lift is here.
Great. So I'm going to head down to floor 1 to try to get out of here.
Alright. Roll a stealth or a deception against 2 with a black because you're bleeding all the heck over the place.
Okay. I'll remove that black. Wait, no, I don't remove that black.
You do if you're doing deception, that's fine.
No, I'm doing stealth, and I got 3 successes and 3 threats.
Alright. You're leaving a trail of blood behind you, but no one seems to notice at the moment.
That's all that matters.
You make it to one of the dancing girls. She realizes you're hurt and quickly takes you down below to their quarters. Mirka looks horrified. What happened?
Trandoshan hit me with an axe.
That is Grazer. You must get out of here now.
Okay, I sure will. And I change clothes, I guess.
Yeah.
And get out of here.
All right, you are now outside of the palace. I presume Levon is waiting for you.
Yes. It's like, this is what happens. This is what happens when I wait outside. We're gonna head over to Hadovik, I suppose.
All right, so what's your approach here?
Well, I don't look great, so I assume that they know that they've got to know that it's important.
Okay, so you're gonna go up and just say that you've got information for him.
Yes. That's my best bet.
All right, perfect. This doesn't take you very long. You hop a speeder. Levon attaches some bandages the best way his droid brain knows how. You arrive at the Imperial outpost. You tell them that you're being expected. The Imperial Stormtrooper checks it out. You are, in fact, being expected with information, and you are led straight into the Imperial outpost, no problem. Although, fighting your way out of this place would be a lot harder.
Oh, I don't intend to fight my way out of this place. I intend to talk my way out of this place, because I'm very good at talking.
You see that it's a very small compound, but it's very full. Definitely more troopers and personnel down here than this outpost was intended for. And you were brought into the command center and brought to the top where the Officer Haddock is waiting as he's operating control panels and overlooking from his tower to the area around him.
I sit down.
That was rather fast. I suppose you have something good.
I've got good news and I've got bad news.
Clasps his hands behind his back and waits.
I'm gonna call for a roll.
Okay.
I hope this roll goes well, or else Bam Trindoh is dead. But I know what I want to say. I'm gonna call for a deception roll and say the bad news is they know why you're here. They know why you were sent to Tatooine. Basically, bluff it to try to draw out some sliver of why he's there.
Okay.
Under the pretense of they already know.
Got it. And then you're also going to say...
And then I'm going to tell him the good news is, that I've got this information on the Jawa file.
Okay. So you're going to roll your deception. It's against his discipline, which is 2 red and a purple.
Alright.
I'm going to give you 1 blue because you do have sort of a sense of why he's here.
Sure.
Another blue.
Alright.
Because he's worried that RUMDO already knows this, and so this is like a plausible lie that you're telling. And I think that's it, unless you can think of another blue.
No, I think that's it. So here we go. 2 successes and an advantage.
He looks around his command center, motions for you to follow him into his private office. You sit down much more comfortably now. All right. How much do they know?
They know everything.
Everything.
All of it.
How is that possible?
You tell me.
He looks very uncomfortable. Who knows?
Rumdo, I guess one of his enforcers, a Trandoshan named Grazer.
So Rumdo himself knows.
Maybe not directly yet. Yeah, Grazer's pretty close to him. I'm going to say he knows.
Grazer, that brute he cares about.
Yes.
He knows.
I don't know where he picked up on it, but he's the one that knows.
And you're absolutely sure about this?
100%.
He looks at your wound. I suppose they know that you know.
They know that I was poking around. They don't know that I found anything out. The wound is how I got around that.
He closes his eyes, he steeples his fingers, and he says, "You do realize that if this information got out to anyone, I would be executed immediately."
Of course.
So then how can I count on your cooperation to make sure that that information never gets anywhere?
20,000.
Who are you really?
I am just a reporter trying to get a story.
I looked into your credentials. You've been... The real Trim Bando has been lying about in his hotel room all day, getting drunk.
Well, then I guess I'm just no one of note, then.
The secret you possess is extremely dangerous to my existence. Maybe I should execute you right here.
You could, but then there's no guarantee that that secret doesn't end up in Rumdo's hand. Or rather, that he doesn't use the information that he already had. I mean, unless you want to live under his thumb.
You hear like a chime on his desk, and he looks really irritated. He pushes the button. Yes, what is it? And then there's some kind of chatter. However this communicator is designed, it's designed that only he can really understand it from where he's sitting. Unless you want to try to roll a perception to see if you can figure out what's being said.
I'll roll the perception just in case.
Okay, it's going to be against 3 purple.
Alright, 2 yellow and a green. 2 successes.
Apparently, whoever designed this was not having Bothan ears in mind. And you hear over the comm says, "Sir, we located the cargo." He sighs and goes, "Fine, very well, just return to base immediately. We have a military operation that we have to take forward." And he slams the communicator shut and he looks at you. "Look, scum, I don't know who you are, really, and I don't know what you want, really. But I'm going to give you 500,000 credits and hope that that's enough."
That'll be just fine.
"Good. And if I ever see you again, I will have you executed, so stay clear of me. Do you understand?"
Fair deal.
"Good." And he gets up. "Now, if you don't mind, I have a hut to execute."
Good. Then we're all good. And I'm gonna turn around, head out, and immediately head back to the I'm gonna head back towards Rumdo's to relay to Mirka that I have the information, that we're all good.
So it takes you a few minutes, more minutes than you're comfortable with, because you're waiting for the Imperial aide to give you your money.
Yeah.
And so this aide's like taking her sweet time, pushing in the buttons, loading up the credit chip. She's like, "Do you want it in individual credits, or do you want it in a chip, or should I transfer it to your account?" And you're just like, "Just give me the credits, lady." And as you're watching this scene, you can tell that whatever command Hadovik just gave, it is mobilizing every Imperial stormtrooper in this base. They are getting the hover tank. They're putting on the heavy armor. Some of them are picking up the flamethrowers. There's not going to be much left of Rumdo after this is over.
One bad egg kills another bad egg. The important thing is that I get Mirka and her girls out of there, get the ship from Mitzi, and we get off planet.
Make your way over to Mirka as fast as you can.
I tell her, I don't even wait for introductions. I say, round up the girls, meet me at the pod, head to the pod bay. We gotta go.
She sees the panic in your eyes and she agrees. It takes less than 3 minutes for them to get out of there. Apparently, this is something they've practiced.
Good.
They shuffle you over to a very nondescript large speeder bus. And they all pile in with just the clothes on their backs and a couple of small bags that they can carry on. And Mirka just guns this thing to the pod. Or I guess to Itzy Sandcrawler.
Great. So while they're heading over there, I am going to get on the comms to the good doctor.
Okay, I'm gonna flip a dark side point. For some reason, your comm is not getting through.
Okay. Then I'll try Zap, and then I'll head over to there myself.
Yeah, you can't get anyone on the comms.
All right. I tell Levon, get over there, figure out what's going on. I think the cargo may be compromised. I gotta head to the pod bay and talk to Itzy, get the ship in order. It's all happening very quickly, but we're gonna be okay.
What is your favorite freighter type ship?
I'm a big fan of the freighter type ship. I'm a big like how big are we talking?
Like the Falcon.
I'm gonna say the Outrider from Shadows of the Empire because it's real bad.
I love that ship. So that is what Itzy has for you, the YT 2400.
Great.
You look at it and you're kind of like, why didn't you guys just leave on this ship?
Yeah, why whatever. I don't care. Not my deal. I just need the ship. You're all good though. Things are going to take care of themselves.
Where's the contract?
It's going to be taken care of.
And as you say that, there's a large explosion in the cityscape.
I think that's the contract.
Is that Rumdo's palace?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, great. Pack it up, guys. We're getting out of here.
All right. That's one win.
He gives you the keys to the ship, and he's basically like, good luck.
How's Levon looking with the cargo?
All right, so we snap back to Levon. I assume he took the speeder truck.
Yeah.
All right, roll a perception, please.
Okay.
At 2.
Good.
I will also take vigilance if it's better.
Vigilance might be better for. Yeah, it's a little better, and I'll flip that light side to turn one of those greens into a yellow. Success.
All right. He can see right as he's pulling up to where the Spice Wolf is being docked that there has been a firefight at the docking bay.
Okay. He heads to the ship. I'm gonna head to the ship and just pray that Zap's ship is okay.
The ship looks like it's intact. There are a couple of stormtroopers, however, that are not. They are on the ground. One has his arms ripped out of its socket.
Okay, so Jalbecca's okay. That's good to know.
I presume Levon, being Levon, just picks up the nearest blaster rifle.
Yeah, he sees that, just grabs the rifle and says, "Neat." And he's going to head onto the Spice Wolf to see if Dr. Menta is around.
Okay, yeah. So the first thing he looks for is the monstrosity. It is gone. And that's it. There's nothing in the cargo bay.
Anybody around?
Nope. But there's a lot of blasters scoring.
That's not good. Look around. Anything else I see of note? Anything about where they might have gone? Anything about where they might have been taken?
The cockpit is locked.
I'm gonna hit the intercom. Hey, you in there?
No.
Is the cargo been taken?
No.
Can you let me in, buddy?
There's a long pause, like a very long pause, and then it finally kind of opens up. Jalbecca is in bad shape. He's been shot at least 7 or 8 times.
Buddy, I'm so sorry that you've been put into this situation. I assume they got the thing?
He nods.
Well, alright, we're gonna get back. That's our only option. I think he's gonna sit in the co-pilot's chair and say, okay, Imperial forces have all been mobilized towards Rumdo's palace. We have a few minutes where we should be able to intercept the people that have the cargo.
Oh, I see. So you're going to try to take the wolf to go back to the Imperial base, which is now empty.
Yeah.
Okay. We're running short on time here, so this is what I will say happens. Levon does this, action hero that he is. Mm-hmm. Jalbecca, not wanting to be shown up, climbs himself into the other seat and helps you fly over.
Great.
The YV-929 is not a light ship. It's got some guns to it, so it pounds at the ground. There's a couple of flybys. Zap and Dr. Menta Talaric managed to get away in the chaos, but the device, the monstrosity, has already been loaded onto another transport and is already off planet.
Okay.
And I guess we cut to Bam in his new ship, flying side by side the Spice Wolf.
Mm-hmm. And Mirka and the girls are on board the new ship.
Yep.
And we fly side by side. We hop on the comms. So I guess it's a retrieval mission.
You mean you're gonna go after that monstrosity that almost got me killed again?
I gotta do what I gotta do. I made the promise to the doctor. I made a promise to Tweeka. I made a promise to Tweeka. I gotta do what I gotta do. And we fly off, and then the credits soar.
That's it. To be continued.
Dang. That was so good. That was so much fun.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it.
I loved it.
When I write these for you, I have all these like notes on who knows what, and I'm like, I'll never get to all of that, and you always somehow manage to get to every single person.
It's what Bam TRINDOH does. I love that kind of stuff.
He is a highly thorough investigator. I have to tell you, I'm very impressed.
Chris, thank you so much for coming back on Party of One.
Thank you.
And we will finish this story very soon.
I'm sure we will.
So real quick, where can people find your work online?
Oh, sure. Again, we're Silhouette Zero. You can just Google that. It's kind of hard to spell, so you can just check out our Podbean site, which is silzero, silzero.podbean.com. Or you can find us on Twitter. I'm at silzerochris. Again, that's SILZERO and then CHRIS. Or you can get my brother, the player, who plays Con Click Kachak, a Chadrafan pod racer, at silzeromad.
Great. And I am going to throw it over to me in the future so that he can wrap up with the show. Take it, future me. Thanks, past me. And thanks again to Chris for coming onto the show. That was a blast. Be sure to check out Silhouette Zero. It is a ton of fun. It is a great example of two-player campaign play in action, and I think you are going to absolutely love it. You can also follow Chris on Twitter at SilZeroChris. While you're on Twitter, follow this show at Party of One Pod. Like the show on Facebook at facebook.com/partyofonepodcast. If you love the show, consider telling a friend. iTunes reviews, social media shoutouts, and word-of-mouth recommendations help the show do bigger, better, and cooler things. If you absolutely love the show, consider backing us on Patreon at patreon.com/partyofonepodcast. Patreon support goes towards hosting fees, equipment cost, and allowing things like convention appearances and live shows. Party of One is produced and edited by Jeff Stormer and Jen Frank. This episode edited by Chris Ng. Thanks so much, Chris. If you'd like to inquire about advertising rates or coming onto the show, send me an email at partyofonepodcast@gmail.com. Until next time, thank you so much for listening. Party on, and may the Force be with you. Always.